We go. I do believe we are live. So I'll say indeed. And greetings unto ye, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to consider our feelings. And as it relates to today's stream topic, how our feelings are used. How do you use your feelings? Right? It's clear the world is emotional again today. And there, like we kind of discussed, at least in part yesterday, are billions of us. Right? So you feeling something and then using your feelings to do something makes other people feel something, prompting them to do something, makes other people feel something, prompting them to do something. And it is this perpetual cycle that takes us through quite the churn. And the thing that I really want to talk about today, or at least the lens through which I want us to look at today's stream topic through, is one of making bad decisions from a place of being over emotional. Right? All of us probably have made bad decisions because of our emotional selves. Right? And I feel like that would be the incorrect use of your emotions. Right? And I'm not sure if we can use our emotions to make the correct decisions in the same breath, right? If that's also an option for us. But I think it could be. I think it could be. And I think as we grow and as we get better at navigating our own feelings, and you know what the worst part is? The way you navigate your own feelings is by not feeling them. Sometimes. And this is not advice. This is me just noticing the human condition. Right? That some feelings, especially the types of feelings that lead to poor decision making, need to be ignored. Is that Melita? No way! Melita, I legit was thinking about you today. You know, I was getting ready, I was brushing my teeth, and then I was thinking about Melita. And I was like, I wonder what Melita is doing right now. I should send her a message. And then I was like, if I sent Melita a message now, what would she think? And then I thought that maybe she thinks I don't send enough messages. And then I thought to myself, but I think about Melita all the time. And if I could have sent a message every time I thought about her, she would get messages so frequently. And then I went on with doing what it is I'm doing. Yes, way, it's nice having you here. Like, it's extra nice having you here because it was like, what? Literally 40 minutes ago that I was thinking about you. You must have picked up some of the signals I was putting out into the world. Joy Vive is here too. Now that we're in this fractal, now I have to think about other friends. I think about Pojo, think about Gabby Goose, and thinking about Shan, and thinking about Maxine and Jovan, and thinking about Isaac and Aiden, thinking about Toasty Malosty, thinking about as well. You sent me a mind message, absolutely. And today's mind message was sent with the intention of reminding you to feel at peace, to feel proud of yourself, to feel like you are worthy of kindness. Yeah, all of those things. There are so many things to feel. I wonder if there's a list of all of the different feelings. Part of me wants to see. Is there a clear list of all of the different types of feelings there are to have as a human being? Can you give me that list? I'm curious. I want to see if there are feelings on said list that I don't feel. And maybe you can orient or organize this list in a way where the most common type of feelings are right at the top, and then the least common types of feelings are right at the bottom. Yeah, I want that. Let's see if we get a list of like 100 feelings. I hope so. I hope it's like 100 feelings. Let's see. It's gonna give me paragraphs, isn't it? I just want a list. Thinking about it. Just thinking about it more. You see, it's thinking too much. It's not that deep, bro. Why are you still thinking? Stop it. Stop. Oh, stop thinking about it. It's still going. Like, this is the longest, at least for my recent experience with the language models, the longest I've had to wait. Your own. It's true. It is true. By how this thing is looking right now, it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to make my own list. Right? Like, I feel like it's easy enough to go happy and sad as feelings, and worried as feelings, and angry as feelings, and yada yada. But I want to like read some novel words. Come on, this thing is so trash. Oh, wow. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. Try again. I tried a different model. Yeah, that one goes nice. All right. Starts with the basic emotions. Those are the ones I mentioned: fear and sadness and happiness and joy and anger and disgust and surprise. Those all of us know. All right. And again, since we're talking today about how we use our feelings, I feel like there is something to be said about each of those as well. How do you use your happiness and joy? I, for example, like to use my happiness and joy to try and bring happiness and joy to others. Right? If I feel particularly excited or like this sense of energy uplifting me, the first thing I have to do is start talking about it. Try and tell other people about it. Best way to express is with drawings and then interpreting what is on there, translating it in emotions with the world words. It's true. I think I'm doing that. I'm drawing little pictures in my mind. Sadness. How do I use my sadness? Uh, Usually, I use my silence and my solitude when it comes to sadness. Right? If I find myself sad, silence and solitude seems to be my go-to. Right? Because I don't want to, in the same breath as I want to share the happiness, I don't want to share the sadness. Fear. How do I use my fear? I use my fear to think about the future, to think about what decisions I need to make right now in order to be okay in the future. Right? And I think that's how I use my fear. Anger. I use my anger to be motivated. Yeah, kind of. Almost like to not give up, to not be rolled over, to not stand for something, right? I get angry at that. So my anger is like used as a resource to be motivated and to push through, to stay consistent. Disgust. Disgust is a big one, because disgust is the true emotion of hatred. It's not anger. You know that? You know that? You don't hate something you're angry at, but you do hate something you're disgusted with. Ugh. Disgust is like a means to survive as well in that way. So maybe we can use our disgust to survive. Yeah, I feel like that fits. Surprise! A sudden feeling of astonishment or amazement. How do I use my surprise? Usually, again, I share, right? I try and understand my surprise by having someone else say how they feel about it as well, right? Be like surprised and then look to your side to see if the other person is just as surprised as you are. Then we go into the complex emotions, right? There's love, and there's guilt, and there's shame, and pride, and jealousy, and envy, and empathy, and gratitude, and compassion, and anxiety, and anticipation. How do I use love? Love is a feeling. I use love again as a motivator. Right? It's interesting to almost acknowledge how both anger and love are both motivators in my world. Right? I'll get angry if you aren't loving, for example. Guilt. How do I use guilt in my experience? Poorly. But ultimately, I use it for like self-betterment. Let's just say self-betterment. Yes, guilt myself to get better. Shame. How do I use shame? Uh, sure. I usually try to not. Feeling shame is usually replaced with anger or love. All right. I'll be like shame, and then I'm like, actually, no, love is true. Or actually, I'll get angry at me for feeling ashamed or whatever. Mel, Joy Vive, hey, hello, Zana. It's nice having you here. We're talking about feelings. We're going through a whole list of all of the different types of feelings. We're on the shame fractal now. Next one is pride. I do have pride. Damn it, so much pride. How do I use my pride? I use my pride again as a motivator. Right? Like it's a matter of standard. Like I'm proud of the way I want to do things. And I want to be able to be proud of the way I've done things. So I feel motivated to make sure it gets done the correct way. Jealousy. Is jealousy something present in my experience? Not that much anymore. Right? When it comes to the romantic side of jealousy, I feel I'm pretty stable. Right? I'm very lucky to have people in my life that I trust and love, you know, very much, and that does reduce my feelings of jealousy at the very least. However, the other side that I'm thinking about is jealousy as it relates to other things. Zed Kiefer, good morning to you. I feel like I'm shrinking. It's disconcerting. Shrinking, Joyviv? As in you're losing weight? Or as in you feel your significance diminishing? Do let us know. Ooh, shame and pride, my favorites. Love to you, LA. Yeah, we're on jealousy now. Jealousy. And again, right? When as it relates to the the romantic, right? Am I jealous of the guy? Not really, right? Not really. Am I jealous of the person that has billions of US dollars? Again, I don't know if I'm jealous. I'm more disgusted with, right? I feel more prideful towards the fact that that shouldn't be. What am I jealous of? A success. Huh, yeah, there we go. Identified. I use jealousy to compare myself. Right, there we go. Interesting. Nice. Depth is being explored. Tooth is here too. I feel I'm losing height. You're losing height? I mean, you might. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. Is that a bad thing? You want to be tall, Joyviv? I recently learned, or I've known about them, but I recently learned more about the pygmy people. Hey Google, show me a picture of a pygmy person next to a Westerner. That's maybe they're not pygmies. Did I miss? No. Here they are. Now look at this. There's a Westerner with a bunch of pygmy people, right? And all of them are adults. But they're significantly smaller than we average people are. And they are so much smaller because they live in the rainforest. And with the high humidity, your body doesn't really like the heat. And the bigger you are, the taller you are, the more mass you have, the more heat you generate. Meaning, being tall and being big, especially in a world where temperatures are rising, isn't really beneficial. And I was thinking about that. I was like, smaller people, good. Nice to know. A bit of derealization could be that as well. I miss our jam sessions. It's nice having you here, Dreamtooth. We're here for them every day. Losing height. Jealousy could be a feeling, but comparing is a thought pattern. Can you be jealous without comparing yourself? Like, is it even possible? I don't know, maybe. Tooth, you may be onto something there. Derealization. The first thing that comes to my mind, Joy Vive, if you want to be re-realized, is you need to spend time with people that can see you maybe a little bit. I am tall. I'm 5'8". Me and you are pretty tall. The next one is envy. Envy, a desire for something possessed by another, where jealousy is a feeling of envy towards someone's advantages or success. Yeah, that is what jealousy is for me. The success thing. The success is the real one, where the envy is wanting something they have. How can you use envy? How is envy used in our lives? Maybe envy in that way can be used to think about new products or new services so that you may get the money that you are envious of or something. Hey, Bojo is here. Loved ones, I can't stick around. It's just a bit of a hit and run. I'm building stairs and doing repairs and manly stuff like that. I love you all bunches. We love you, bro. Sending you blessings. Thank you for doing all the manly stuff, for staying busy and making the world a better place. After envy comes gratitude. The ability to understand and share the feelings. Nope, we missed empathy. After envy is empathy. The ability to understand and share the feelings of another. How can I use my empathy? By helping. Gratitude, a feeling of thankfulness and appreciation. How can I use my gratitude? A personal and collective upliftment. I'm grateful for you, friends, for example. I mean, it does happen, right? Slowly but surely. You'll shrink like a few inches over your lifetime. But again, I think it might be better. Might be better to be small, technically. Joe, love is true. Next is compassion, a deep awareness of the suffering of others coupled with the wish to relieve it. How do I use my compassion? By doing this, technically as well. Anxiety, feelings of worry, nervousness, or unease about an imminent event or an uncertain outcome. Oh yeah. I think a great deal of our species is in a state of anxiety right now. In anticipation, expectation, or prediction of a future event. How do I use my anticipation? Hmm. I want to say by being patient, right? Anticipation has given me patience in a way, right? When I have to wait, all right? But if I don't anticipate something, I'm looking for something to anticipate. Jealousy is being scared that someone is going to take something you have, like that hussy is going to steal my man. Envy is like that man she has should be my man because I think I'm more deserving. Those are valid points you're making, Joyviv. That's definitely one way to see it. And I think you are right in seeing it in that way, especially as it relates to the romance. Right, that's why I was trying to talk about jealousy strictly outside of the romantic circle because, you know, I feel like that's the easiest type of jealousy to be. Right, being scared you'll lose someone. I'm of the philosophy as well, and I think this also helps me not be jealous. I'm of the philosophy that if you don't want to be with me, then don't. All right, go and be with someone else or cheat on me as your partner. Then you have given me all of the information I need to go on with my life without you. And it doesn't really bring me jealousy. In that case, it would just bring me peace, right? Bring me understanding, bring me certainty about what I need to do next, right? I might be uncertain about what's going to come of that, but at least I'll know what to do. All right, then there are less commonly recognized emotions too. The first one goes elevation. Yeah, we talked about elevation a little bit as it relates to like happiness. Elevation is a warm and uplifting feeling that people experience when they see unexpected acts of human goodness, kindness, courage, or compassion. It's true. It's true. I use elevation usually to encourage and to share. There's admiration as well, a feeling of respect and warm approval. Who is worthy of your admiration, right? If you're going to use the power of admiration, who is deserving thereof? Awe as a feeling. I like the feeling awe, right? Awe is a good feeling to me. Being awe inspired, being absolutely flabbergasted, being awestruck, seeing something awesome. An overwhelming feeling of reverence, admiration, or even fear produced by something grand or powerful. Yeah, that is some awe. Nostalgia. I don't have much nostalgia personally. Nostalgia is a sentimental longing for the past. Yeah. I'll miss things of the past, right? But usually those things are people attached or things attached. And things and people are, for the most part, accessible again. Maybe nostalgia sinks in harder after you've lost people from your life. But I don't really miss the past. The past is never really better than the right now, right? And the past, in hindsight, is definitely worse to me than I imagine the future being. So that also has an extra layer. Yep, let folks do as they like. I make my decisions accordingly. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Control. I feel like that's also another aspect of jealousy, is that it is a type of control. Right. It's you not having control. It's you trying to enact control. That's how I see jealousy too. It's like, no, you're not allowed to do thing because I say so, right? Not allowed to go out, not allowed to this, not allowed to that. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, guess I'm gonna go and do that thing anyway. And I'm not gonna be listening to you anymore. I felt awe when you brought up the pic of Goddess Nike yesterday. Flabbergasted, seeing the belly button through cloth, but it's all rock. That is some inspiring stuff. Resentment. I do sometimes feel. I feel a lot of resentment towards our species sometimes. You know, it's like a weird juxtaposition. Having a lot of love for our species because that love is almost attached to my loved ones, right? I think about my loved ones, you friends, my family, and there's a lot of love in me for them, and they are humans. And as an extension, I love humanity. And then there's resentment. And resentment in me arises as almost the inability to point at one person exactly and say, this is your fault, right? And then there's this resentment towards humanity, our collective, for letting things get to the place that it is, kind of vibes. A bitter indignation at having been treated unfairly. Contempt! The feeling that a person or a thing is beneath consideration or worthless. Contempt. I don't feel contempt much, at least. I, at one point, did feel contempt towards cats. Might not be a very popular thing to share, but I stopped. And weirdly enough, it was again my friends' love towards them. Right? If I had no friends, I would probably still hate cats or have contempt towards cats. But at this point in my life, I have. Let's see if one of these emotions fit. There's like a lot of emotions missing. I have like a general contentment instead of contentment. Right? Like I see a cat and I'm like, huh, cat. Carlos today, TMI, while I was in the toilet, just like was in my bathroom. And I was ignoring him for the most part because I don't like cats in my room and I didn't want him to get any ideas. And then he like literally like face hugged with his arms my foot. And then I gave him some scratches and it was cute and stuff. And I was like, okay, I get it. I get why people like cats. I get it. And then I, went into the room again and sat down on the bed. And then he jumped on top of the bed. And I made sure he knows this is not okay. Let him know that it's time for him to get back off right now again. I see Jovan here. My turn to sleep in today. Loizana and Joy and Jaju and Miala and Kiefer and Melton Moore. Howdy, folks. Howdy, Joe. Happy that you slept in a little bit. It is your Monday. On Mondays, Joe usually gets to work from home for the most part, so happy that you got to rest. We have old times here again. Dangerously close to seeing my feet. Keep being awesome. Thank you. I will. I will keep being awesome. I instantly start to doubt. Will I keep being awesome? I sure do hope. Are we talking about emotions today? The next emotion on the list is embarrassment. Love you, bro. A lot. Love you too, dear friend. Thank you for sharing some lessons. That's nice of you to say. Javu. LA sending lovin's too. Embarrassment. A feeling of self-consciousness, shame, or awkwardness. Embarrassment. To feel embarrassed. When I make mistakes, especially as it relates to my verbiage, if I want to say something and it doesn't come out right, if I stutter, if I don't know what to say, that's one of the biggest things that embarrass me. And I usually use that embarrassment to dispel that energy for a second. It's your Monday to melt. Yeah, this is true, but I don't really believe in Mondays. Because every day is 2 day to me. Right? I have the exact same work life cycle no matter what day it is. So in that way, whether it's Monday or Sunday, nothing changes for me. Literally nothing. Not even a little bit of a something changes. I can put extra things into the Monday or the Sunday that could change things, but the actual day doesn't matter that much. Dream Tooth, bless you, friend. Thank you for the love and emojis. Embarrassment. Yeah, next one is boredom. That's a big one. I am definitely boardable. Yes. Yes, new word unlocked. Super boardable. And I'm wondering if that is a bad thing. Right? Part of my mind is arguing that yes, it is bad that you're easily bored. But a part of my mind is also seeing it as a potential hack. Right? If I'm bored, then I can motivate myself to do work. And a part of me wants to, I don't want to blame, but I want to acknowledge my own neuro makeup and my ADHD and the fact that the way my brain is makes it easier for me to get bored with things. Right, as soon as I understand something, it's very hard for me to continue. Unless there is some sort of goal attached to it. Right? And I think maybe that's again something to understand about myself so that I can utilize my boredom instead of just being hurt by it. You're embarrassed. Walking out, forgetting you're naked would be pretty embarrassing. I probably won't keep being awesome today. I have a dentist appointment and it might turn me into a sub creature. Oh, I hope you stay okay, Dream Tooth. I find the word embarrassed funny. It makes me think of one of those hospital gowns that doesn't close right at the back. Yeah, now it's even more funny. Walking with a hospital gown throughout the hospital. Right, you'll either have to pretend you're not embarrassed or you're gonna be embarrassed. Oh, hey, I finished my box braids. Y'all feel proud of myself. I feel proud of myself. We're proud of you too. Did they turn out well? I remember you, let's say, feeling like it might not. I hope you like them. Ooh, joy. I'd love to see. That was the first thing that I thought as well. That was, and I was also curious. I didn't even know what box braids is, to be completely honest. And I'm pretty sure it's not what my mind is creating in my mind's eye. Oh, yes, there's braids, but they're in a box. No, probably not. Oh, yeah, there's braids that uses pieces of box. No, probably not. Yeah, there's braids, but the braid looks like a box instead of like a triangle. Yeah, probably not. Okay, we have two more left on this list at least. Confusion as a feeling, a lack of understanding and uncertainty. Am I regularly confused? Hmm. I don't know if regularly, but sometimes. I don't really like confusion particularly. Confusion usually makes me feel very frustrated. The next emotion is frustration. I feel pretty frustrated when I'm confused. Me can be understood usually. Understood by someone else potentially. And then frustration, feeling upset or annoyed due to the inability to change or achieve something. Yeah. I feel way more frustrated than I feel confused. Me too, me too. I want to see. They turned out better than I thought they would. When I get myself together for the day, I'll take a picture. Great, Joey. Thank you for being willing to share. It's important to note that frequency and intensity of these emotions can vary widely among individuals and cultures. Some emotions may be more prevalent in certain societies or situations, while others might be less commonly experienced or even recognized. Recognizing on this list, reflecting on this list can help you identify emotions you frequently experience and those that might be less familiar to you. For more intensive, Breen Brown's Atlas of the Heart. Can you tell me, give me a summary of all of the emotions identified by Breen Brown in Atlas of the Heart? Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, there's definitely extras here. There's vulnerability and there's dread. We talked about that a little bit recently. There's avoidance. I won't go as deep into all of these again. There's overwhelm and stress. I think I've already read vulnerability. There's comparison, we talked about that. Admiration, we talked about. Reverence, envy, jealousy, resentment. Schadenfreude, you know, don't even have to read because I think it means when you take pleasure in seeing someone else suffer. Is that right? Pleasure derived from by someone from another person's misfortune. Yeah, right. Like maybe, uh, I don't know if I want to share this. Yeah, I think I won't. Then there is Freudenfreude, where you get joy, deriving joy from seeing someone else happy or seeing someone else succeed. I do get Freudenfreude. At least I'm lucky to get Freudenfreude, right? Like when I feel especially Freudenfreude, I'll put my hands out and I'll bless the person that I'm seeing succeed. Boredom and disappointment, yeah. Expectations, that's another dangerous feeling. Nisha is here too. Hey, Nisha, it's nice having you. Why don't you Google? If you love to Google everything else, you can give me a definition of the. I didn't want to Google what box sprays look like, even though it was easy for me to do so, because I didn't want to have my expectations sullied. Nice. Regret. What a lame emotion regret is. Regret. Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. I learn from regret. I try to learn from regret. The most important lesson you can learn from regret is to not regret. No regrets. No regrets. Discouragement. Don't like that one either. Freaking discouragement. Ain't got no place. Then there's resignation, acceptance of something undesirable but inevitable. I've been feeling more resignation these days, which I'm not very happy about. You see, I don't want to resignate. Yes, I don't. I don't want to accept something undesirable, even if I think it inevitable. Frustration we've read. Wonder. That's a nice one. I'm some wonder. Feeling of amazement and admiration caused by something beautiful, remarkable, or unfamiliar. Curiosity as a cool feeling. I like curiosity too. A strong desire to know or to learn something. Love is true. Interest. Is that interest? The feeling of wanting to know or to learn something about something or someone. Amusement, bittersweetness, a cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is a feeling, I guess so. The mental discomfort experienced by a person who holds two or more contrary beliefs or values. Yeah, right. It's like holding an orange and then also considering that this orange is Christian, right? Like these are diametrically opposed to those who know. I feel we should send some love and light to Sam and Teddy and the new baby. Let's do. Imagining Sam getting good sleep, baby resting well as well, them warm and safe in their new home, away from train tracks keeping them up at night, them being happy and healthy as a collective family, sending them blessings. The next one is paradox. A situation, person, or thing that combines contradictory features or qualities. We're definitely experiencing a paradox in the world as well in that way. Melt, what is different between Pakistan and your country's time? It is 20 minutes to 5 p.m. for me right now. 10 minutes, 11 minutes technically. So in 11 minutes, and my battery's on 34%, in 11 minutes, it's going to be 5 p.m. for me. Hey, Christian Orange. I don't know if you know, Joy Viv, but if you know, you know. Then there is irony, an expression of one's meaning by using language that normally signifies the opposite. Hmm. I'm trying to understand irony. I don't use irony much, right? But sarcasm I do. The use of irony. Oh. Hmm. Sarcasm is the use of irony to mock or convey contempt. Oh goodness. Original Samlet, love it. Oh, that's so nice. Virette, Seth Virette, I believe the baby is named. Okay, anguish, ooh, severe mental or physical pain or suffering, hopelessness, despair, grief, sadness, pity, boundaries. Boundaries is a feeling. Guidelines, rules, or limits that a person creates that identify reasonable, safe, and permissible ways for others to behave towards them. Oh, yeah. And then comparative suffering, assessing one's own suffering in relations to others. Comparative suffering. I definitely do comparative suffering, I think. And I don't think it's healthy either. Guys, who is Christian, Mexican, tell me your caste. I don't understand what those words mean. Yeah. I think I was trying to share something without saying it. I was trying to communicate cognitive dissonance by creating cognitive dissonance, I guess. Go away, little buggy. You're causing me anxiety, bro. Zooming close to me. We don't have the... Oh, like the cast. Joy V, if I know, I just ask. Yeah. If I was cast, uh, I would cast myself as like top of the top, right? If we're gonna choose, right? If we're gonna say, but I'm a black woman from the United States, yeah, that does affect things. But again, right? And this is me just being like a little bit. I don't know if I'm talking under complete ignorance, and I probably am, but I'm pretty sure that an accountant was usually like a white guy's job. And this is not me being like that's a good thing. This is me just looking historically, right? Accounting usually was only a white guy's job, and the fact that you're an accountant, Joyviv, means that at least the caste system hasn't limited you from actually pursuing your dreams, doing things meaningful with your life. I know, we are family. It's true. We have a Pippi. Ah, freaking that bug just flew into my face. That one I was asking to leave. What am I gonna? And there's other dogger as well. Swedish, Swedish. Little baby dodgers. I think it's time for me to get close to finishing today's vertical stream. I'm a brown girl from Pakistan. We are people on planet Earth, children of Mama Gaia. I'm thinking about the great equalizer that is the internet and cellular phones. Because even though we're different people, right? Brown girls from Pakistan, white girls from Canada, black girls from America, white guys from South Africa. All of us are here right now. That's pretty cool. Absolutely, you picture an accountant, and it's absolutely a white guy in a suit. Exactly, that was the kind of picture I had. It's really important to recognize these things, and I'm so glad you brought it up. I'm so happy to join you because I feel that's like one of the big things that we are trying to, get right with like our STEM fields right now as well. It's because in the same way, when you think about an astronaut or you think about a scientist or you think about a doctor, like at least in my mind, I have like the ability to split both of those people every single time, like, oh, doctor, and then suddenly there's more. I was like, and then there's two, and then I felt one of the others being like, what about me? And then I was like, okay, there's three, and then two others was like, and what about us? Everybody can be a doctor, all right? If you put in the work, you can be a doctor. But again, it's a matter of perspective, right? And it's a matter of how you see yourself. And again, if we as a society, if we keep perpetuating this idea that an accountant is a white guy in a suit and you are a black girl living in America thinking about what you want to do, and the only vision in your head that you have of an accountant is white guy in a suit, suddenly you might convince yourself that you couldn't be one because you're neither a white guy and you don't like wearing suits. All right, so yeah, believe in yourself. Where is Joe Bob? Joe Bob is right there. That scarf looks super cool as pants. Yeah, me hiding skin, right? Being all proper and stuff. Thank you, Joey. That is your fun actually. I'm here lurking and listening, getting the housework done. Nice. And I love you, Nisha. Love is true. The mosquitoes have been eating me alive. There's not much I can do. I can just but accept. I can just but accept my fate to be food. My fate to be food. I feel deep contempt for mosquitoes. Deep, unrelenting contempt. Absolutely visceral, ever churning resentment. So much. Right, and if I ever had Schadenfreude, it would be for the zapping of mosquitoes. Man, I wanna fight a mosquito. I want a mosquito that's life-sized. Life-sized. Hell, all mosquitoes are life-sized. Stop. I want a mosquito that's human-sized. And then I want to fight that mosquito. My mind is like rendering what that looks like, and it's horrifying. It's so horrifying. I don't know if I would want to fight the mosquito if he's the size of me. Yeah. No, oh goodness. Probably not. The more I think of it, the more horrifying it becomes. Very demure. Very mindful. I'm sorry, I had to. Good. Good. Do so, please. Lean into the funniness. It's what makes this fun. Where did I put my little leather pouchlet? You better not have stolen it, bro. If you stole my leather pouchlet, I'm gonna have to steal you. I'm gonna have to make myself a new leather pouchlet out of your skin. That's horrifying, Melt. I'm sorry. But I am looking for it. And I cannot see it. Did you take my leather pouchlet, you creature? You cretin? I suspect he... No, he didn't. Okay. Before the blame game really got out of hand. What in God's name is the purpose of mosquitoes? They form a part of the ecosystem, but many a thing have gone extinct. Many a thing. So many things. More things, technically. There's more things extinct than there are things that exist right now. Right? And I rue the day. Is it rue the day? Or I revel the day? I look forward to the day when we declare mosquitoes are officially extinct, or they probably don't have to be made extinct. Mosquitoes are officially no longer capable of seeing human beings, right? Creating like ad block for mosquitoes. Yeah, Melt, that is mosquito repellent. Mosquito repellent doesn't work always, and it stinks, so it sucks. What what's the purpose of mosquito? Like everything in creation has a purpose. What is theirs? Theirs is to be food. JV. Theirs is to be food. To eat and to be eaten. That's what they exist for. And it absolutely sucks so much that we happen to be part of that food source. Right? They'll drink blood from the dogs as well. But the audacity. Yes. Mosquitoes are crazy. That's why eating you. I hope they spontaneously combust, Nisha. I hope if they look my way, they just light on fire. Even better if they explode, right? I want them to explode loud enough so that it draws my attention, so I can Schadenfreude in that direction. I'm sorry that I'm being as visceral with these feelings. Mosquitoes make me so angry. So very angry. It's because of the continuous suffering that it brings me. Mosquitoes are crazy. Cruella de Vil in the house. Poppy skin pouches. Snow stop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was too cursed. I think. Is that something on your neck that I saw? Come here. With this. Yeah. There it is. I can feel it. come here, come closer for me. I. There we go. Parasites eating my animals. Yes, die. I love the idea of there being like hippie gurus that see the world as perfect, and a mosquito lands on them and starts drinking their blood, and they have so much peace and so much calm in their hearts that they can just let that mosquito eat its fill and they can watch it fly off. Or that can take the ticks off of their animals and put those ticks back on the grass where they can eat their animals again or something, right? Like I can admire that energy of like, oh, I'm so holy. But I'm not. I'm not that holy, right? I'm not. Like I'm too convinced. I'm too convinced of this reality. I see things eating me and eating my animals, and it enrages me. The inner scream is too loud. Do mosquitoes go after a certain blood type? I'm A positive. I think I'm A negative. And they'll buzz right past me to bite everyone else usually. I also wonder if it's all garlic I eat that keep the vampire bugs away. I think it helps. I think it does help. I'm also wondering right now. I think it's about the scent, you know. So, like, my mind wants to go down a rabbit hole, but there is conspiracies, or not conspiracies, stereotypes attached to it. To say it in so many words, Jovan is not a stinky person. All right. Jovan probably sweats a little bit less than the average person as well because of her unique genetic makeup. Literally, statistically even. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. I can't get that involved. I will have no attention left. I got these essential oil wipes. I think I'm gonna come back to chat like this. Damn creatures. Garlic gives me gas, but I still eat it. Yeah, garlic literally changes your flavors. And in some spaces they consider it bad for you. I also really enjoy it though. It adds so much to a meal. I got these essential oil wipes that smell really nice that I brought to India, which helped a lot. I do remember reading that lemongrass and was it eucalyptus are anti or mosquito or natural mosquito repellents. So maybe that could be a good way to do it. Having some wipes dosed in those. things. I've got these. I've heard of vanilla and peppermint oils. Keep them away too. More fractals. Oh, thanks. I always had this worry in the back of my head. If I was thinky, would someone tell me? Kind of the same way people don't tell people they have a booger. I'm the kind of person that tells people they have a booger or they have something in their teeth, right? I'm willing to be with the person in the potential embarrassment that would follow me letting them know. But I also respect them enough and want them to not spot it later and then think, why didn't Melt tell me? So yeah, I'm telling you now that it's gonna be okay. That despite all of these depths of feelings we can have, we are probably more loved and more cared about than we know. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me for this vertical stream. I'm gonna start the horizontal one next. I don't know, Joy. I've always wondered that. Why don't people tell you you have a booger? Because some people are unwilling to bear with you for the potential embarrassment that will follow. Right? They would rather just only you feel embarrassed later than both of you feel embarrassed now. I think that's the way I would explain it, at least. All right, so it's a laziness. It's like, oh, you don't want to do the hard work. You don't want to be embarrassed together. Lame. Okay, I'm gonna read you yesterday's poem. Siobhan said it's one of her favorites, so that adds a lot of significance to me. Oi, you creatures! You were bumping me. The flavor of yesterday. So much shenanigans. Mm-hmm. These creatures are skizzing my brain just a wee bit. Just a little bit of skizziness. These are some skizzy skizzies. They're touching me. The art of being. In the silence of carved stone, where ancient hands once etched dreams into the unfolding face of time, we find the echoes of a promise that worth is not measured by the swing of a chisel or the glow of a screen. From the marble halls of Renaissance patrons to the digital canvases of today's AI, in each line, each algorithm, whispers of truth. We must never forget our value is not a relic to be handed down by those who control the keys, but a light we kindle within ourselves. The stone that once bore the weight of history's mighty empires now meets the gentle caress of code. Each pixel reminder that creativity flows through our veins, unbound, unowned, infinite. We are not mere echoes in a chorus of automation. We are the authors of our own renaissance. In the face of relentless machines and the hum of algorithms, let us carve our own destiny with the certainty that our hearts beat with the power of art and soul, that every thought is a spark, igniting the vast potential of our human spirit. For in this age of endless possibility, the true masterpiece lies not in the creation alone, but in the unwavering belief that we, each and every one, are worth the struggle, worth the time, and above all, worth the art of simply being. You are worth the art of simply being, right? That you simply being is art. You are worth that. I like the browns and earth tones of yesterday's flower. It did turn out pretty well. I was my mom, but they absolutely murder me. Mom ate a lot of garlic. Yeah, those are some patterns to recognize. Oi, grass eaters. You eaters of grass. Why are you eating the grass, you grassy eaters? You hear them literally destroying the pieces of grass. We eat grass now. All right. It's time for us to say goodbye for this one. I'll start up a horizontal stream for a hot minute so we can discuss. Hmm. I bet it's the garlic. I bet she cooks good too. Love is true. So nice having your friends here for this day. It is always something I appreciate. I'll see you again in a moment if you're going to join me for the horizontal one. Really good poem in there. Really good listening. Really good ability to continue reading it despite the chaos. It's going on around us. I love you, friends. See you again soon in a moment.